So you clicked on this video because there's times during grief when we all feel like we want to give up. And there are times when grief is so overwhelming and the pain is so deep and so strong that you can't see anything else. You can't see the light. All you see is the darkness, the sadness, the anger, the pain, all of the emotions and the feelings that encompass your grief. If that's how you're feeling right now, hang on. I remember feeling that way so many times during my own personal grief process. And there were times when I honestly did not believe that I was going to make it through and that it was just too much. And honestly, I thought that maybe I should just end my own life because it would at least take the pain away and the intensity of the pain away. And then I thought about my son and I thought to myself, is that what they would want? Would he want me to give up my own life because I'm so sad? And the answer was always no. And I started to learn that by me continuing on and me living, I was honoring his life and his death. And I think that that's something that you can do as well. That I get it. It's hard. It's hard when you feel like you've cried and you want to cry more and there aren't any tears to cry. When it's so overwhelming that you can't function and you can't see anything else and you can't see anything through the pain and the tears and the darkness, and it seems like that the depression, the heaviness on your heart, it feels like that will never go away. But I'm here to tell you that it will go away. It will lighten. It will lessen for you. I still have some pain over the loss of my son, but I'm not devastated by it anymore. And it's taken me a long time to get through it. But there were actions and steps that I took to make sure that I was processing my own grief, and that when I really needed help, I asked for help. And when there were things that people presented to me that maybe would work or things that I could try, I took advantage of those. And that's what led me on this path. And so no matter where you are on your grief journey, I want you to know that there's hope, that you're going to be okay, that as devastating as your loss is, the pain will lessen in time as you do the work, and you will learn what it means to live your life without your loved one. And that's not what you wanted, and it's not what you expected in many cases, but that's what is. And so again, grieving and grief is about your life. It's not about the death of your loved one. It's what do you do now that you're here without them? How do you keep going? How do you not give up? How do you stay strong when all you want to do is crumble? You have to believe, and you have to have hope, and you have to know that because other people have survived even the most traumatic losses, that you can too. And that's what Grief Inspired is here to do. I want to be able to ease your pain and answer your questions, share my experience with you in hopes that something I say or something I do here will, one, get you into action to work on your grief, but it'll also help ease your pain, maybe just a little bit today, maybe just a little bit in the moment, because that's what's most important, is how do you survive? How do you keep going when you don't feel like you want to? And the way to do it is you look for help, you look for support, you find someone to believe in, you find somewhere to have hope. And I hope that's here at Grief Inspired, but if it's not, maybe there's somewhere else. But know that you are going to be okay, and you are going to rise from this. And I just want you to know that there's people out here who care. There's people who want to help. There's people around you who want to help, who don't know how. So if you're feeling lonely, I get it. Grief can be very lonely and very isolating. So you have to fight against that. And that's one of those action items, is how can you not be too alone in your grief? I think it's good to take some time and be alone. But at the same time, you don't want to isolate yourself, because grief needs a place to go. Grief needs to be talked about. You need to share your thoughts and your feelings. You need to get them out. And as you do that, and with every tear that you cry, you will continue to heal. And in time, you'll start to feel better. You'll find joy again. You'll laugh again and feel okay that you laughed. And you'll all do it while still having a wonderful place in your heart for the one that you've lost. My name's Catherine McNulty, and I want you to be grief inspired too.